Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Natasha, and today we're going to be making some cookies because our teacher put together a recipe book for a Christmas present. For us, we did an early Christmas present because we want to have the cookbook ready for when it's Christmas for some Christmas dinner. And so today we're going to be making some cookies. So let's get started. All of these recipes are from my classmates, and today I'm going to be making, let me skip to the page really quickly. It's far into the book. And now I'm just going to skip some pages. Okay. Richard's cookies. Richard moved to Virginia sadly I think he's moving today, but it was his last day of school on Tuesday. So if you're watching this, I hope you enjoyed Virginia and make a snowman. Send it to us, okay? So we're going to be making Richard's cookies, and so we have all the ingredients right here. Well, most of them at least. I think, do we need milk? Oh no, we don't need milk. Never mind, we have all the ingredients right here. So we are going to start making them. So in a bowl, use a hand mixer on medium speed. Well, we don't have a hand mixer, and we only have one speed. So technically, we're just going to go and get that later. And beat together the butter and sugar until pale and fluffy, 2 to 3 minutes. So we have 10 tablespoons of softened butter. I don't know how I'm going to get this in. I've never actually, there we go. I've made cookies once from scratch, but that was when I was in preschool, and now I'm in 4th grade. So that was a while ago, and now we're going to take 1/2 cup of sugar. So we have a little measuring cup over here. And I'm just going to measure till it's 1/2 cup. And there we go. Okay. It's about good. And now we're going to mix it. We're going to just use a wooden spoon, which might take I don't know, a while, more than 2 to 3 minutes. So we're just going to incorporate the butter and the sugar until pale and fluffy. So that might take a bit because we're not using the mixer. But we still have a mixer right here. So we can just use that. And yeah, that was definitely super gentle. Alright, so we just decided to throw away the wooden spoon and used the solution to every problem when it comes to baking: hands. Pretend they're not messy. So we're just going to mix till they're pretty soft and fluffy, and they are starting to feel really fluffy. So we just have to wait for them to become pale, and then I think
it's a good hand lotion too.
With all the washing hands during this Corona time. Not the beer, of course, it's COVID time. It's nice to just get a little, I guess, buttery massage. It definitely feels stress relieving, but it's gonna be a nightmare to take off my hands. And so I think it's pretty fluffy. So just paper towels in the way. It says, add eggs and beat until smooth. Okay, so we're just going to wash my hands. Alright, so just a little tip for you if you ever end up using your hands like I did. Make sure that you have warm water and lots of soap. Well, it didn't take me lots of soap, but according to my mom, she had to use a lot of soap. Mine are pretty nice and warm, and they feel like they've never touched water. And look at that, they're clean. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the 1 egg to the mixture. Oh my god, that was like so satisfying to watch. So now we're just gonna beat it, right? And beat until smooth. Oh wow, it's starting to look smooth. The part that we just incorporated. Okay. Okay, so we stirred it for a bit, and I'm still going to stir it a bit more. And it's getting really smooth now. It still has a bit of bumps, and So I think we're going to start to add the flour mixture. A little teensy bit at a time. Oh! Get into the batter. I don't want to spill. Okay. That's good. I'm going to mix that up. And we're going to add a little teensy bit more. Or the rest. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, this is interesting. Very slowly, and I think I'm not gonna use the wooden spoon. Oh my god, that is so soft! Oh my god, that feels so good! I love this. Oh yeah, it's nice and fluffy. This is only the first cup though. We have to add 2 cups of flour, so we'll just get the second cup. Alright, so that was heaviness to my hands. Now I'm gonna add the second cup of flour. Yeah, okay. This is gonna be the fluffiest thing in the world. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay, that's what it feels like. It feels like the fluffy sand in the sand dunes, except it's just flour with a little batter on it. Oh yeah. The flour feels so soft. Oh my god, that is so nice. And I'm not going to put in my left hand because I'm going to scrape off all the extra batter on my fingers and my palm and just the back of my hand. I'm going to scrape it off with my left hand. I should have put in my left hand on second thought because then I could have used my right hand to scrape it off. Since I'm not a lefty, I'm a righty to right. But yeah, there we go. Alright, so we kind of kneaded the dough into a nice little bowl of dough. And so now we're going to have the ball and form each half into a flat disc. And then we're going to wrap it in plastic wrap and let it sit in the fridge for an hour. So let's have. Alrighty, so we made these little balls of dough into a disc-ish shape, and so now we're gonna put it in plastic wrap and put it in the fridge for an hour. And meanwhile, we're going to make the royal icing. Alrighty, now we're going to make some confectioner's sugar, and we're going to make the royal icing. I have a little recipe over here I just wrote. And so to start off, we're going to make the confectioner's sugar. We're going to take 2 cups of powdered sugar. I already have 1 cup in there, so I'm just gonna add a second. Wow, powdery. And now I'm going to add, I believe it was 2 tablespoons of starch. 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. And now we technically have the confectioner's sugar. And so I think, so now we're just going to mix the confectioner's sugar with this fork. And then we'll have about enough for our royal icing. And if you're wondering the difference between confectioner's sugar and powdered sugar, we just showed you it. You technically just have powdered sugar, and you just have to add starch, however much. Sugar and however much starch you need for your, I don't know, icing, because that's simply what you need. Anyways, now we're going to start with these royal icing. Alrighty, so we removed half a cup of this, what is it called? Confectioner's sugar. And so now we're gonna add the corn syrup. It is called glucose syrup, but it is corn syrup, and I need a spatula to scrape this off. This incredibly sticky syrup. You can see it's kind of a clear gel, and now it's gonna fall down. Oh, whoa, that's a lot. No wonder why they only said 1 tablespoon.
I wonder why they add more sugar to the sugar, but
I mean, it's icing? Maybe this is what makes it jelly?
1 tablespoon of.
It's 1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon. It's okay.
Yeah, who cares? It's still icing. We're gonna make some extra though. Sweet. Really sweet.
Here's my sweet tooth.
Okay. Now, confectioner's sugar, vanilla, corn syrup. Okay, so we're gonna add the vanilla. We have
Magical hand is gonna help you.
the magical hand is gonna help me.
So it's half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So it's kind of
Very teensy bit. Okay. Does it smell vanilla?
yeah. Be careful.
Let me try it.
It has alcohol in them, so because it's an extract.
Well, anyways, we're gonna add it. It smells like vanilla, except yeah, I can taste a bit of bitterness in it. Corn syrup and 2 tablespoons of water. So let's have the tablespoon used for the starch. Wash you off over here in the sink. And who cares? Either way, because we're gonna add some more water. Room temp water this time. 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. Okay, that's good. And now let's. Oh my god. This is incredibly
Sticky. Just have to get the right consistency. They say if it's too sticky, add more water. If it's too liquidy,
then
add more sugar.
Confectioner's sugar. Oh my. This is interesting. Alright, so we made an icing that looks like the perfect consistency. I mean, doesn't that look like icing? It's nice and jelly, sticky a bit, but I mean, isn't icing sticky? So we made it perfect consistency. We had to add a few more tablespoons of water. I think about like 5?
Teaspoon.
Yeah, teaspoons of water. We made about 5 teaspoons of water, and this made this sticky icing. And so we're going to divide it into 3 Ziploc bags. We're gonna make 1 red, 1 green, and we're gonna keep 1 the same because those are the 3 colors of Christmas. And yeah, so let's do that. And also we're gonna make the cookies. Wingardium Leviosa. No, I'm not gonna actually levitate anything. Anyways, so we have all the icing finished. We have the red, the green, and the white icing. We didn't have to do anything to the white and the green icing, but we just added some food coloring to the green icing. It took us 8 drops to get this green of our food coloring. Then this red one, which is a really strong one, we got it all over our hands. I kind of washed it off, but I have some leftover green and red on my thumb. But so they are nice and jelly. Well, they're not jelly. They're nice and icy. Icingy. I don't know what to say. Anyways, we're going to use the rolling piniosa. Instead of Wingardium Leviosa. I don't have a good humor sometimes. Nice. Okay. I think we rolled it a bit thinner. Alrighty, so we rolled it out, so now it's pretty thin, and something I forgot to mention, it's on a lightly floured surface. And so we also found a snowman mold, but we're going to do that on the next one because this one is bigger, and so I think we'll have more room for gingerbread men here than over there. So let's start shaping. So here we estimated about 5 cookies. I think what we do is we just let the mold seal in there. And then we're going to do all. Alrighty, so we now have 7 more than we estimated shaped cookies. 2 of them are injured a bit. This one's got a little crack in its head and a little smudge on its foot. And this one has a little crack in its foot. But it's okay because we're going to eat them up anyways. And then we also made the 7th one over here. It's not on the tray, so you probably can't see it, but it's all the way over here. Maybe you can't see it. I don't know. Can you see it?
It's hard. I have to zoom.
Right there. And so we made all of those. So now we're going to move on to the snowman shape. Okay, there we go. So we made all these snowmen. We still have some extra dough, so we're probably going to add a bit more. As you can see, the tray is full. Alrighty, so we got these cookies out, and they are feeling pretty crisp. And so we're just going to wait for the other ones to get out before the snowman, as in the other ones, to get out before we decorate. And I think we can make one more gingerbread cookie and one more snowman out of this dough because we have an uneven amount of gingerbread men and an uneven amount of snowmen. So then with this dough, I think we can make two, which is perfect. So yeah, let's go those up. Alrighty guys, guess what time it is? Time to decorate. I have a little template over here. And so we are going to start decorating. So first, what it looks like is there's a little light here. This is a big hole to work with. This is not as good as the other icing, but it's still a good icing. It's Royal Icing. I'm not sure if we'll have enough icing for the whole, for all the cookies. I hope we do. I think we'll do actually. Alrighty, so we did an okay job on this one, but like I said, well, I didn't say that actually, but it was a demo first. We had to use a different white icing, but the rest is pretty good. We made the buttons here, button, 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 and then the smiley face and the eyes. And then I made a little, what was supposed to be a bow, but I think it looks more like a mistletoe now that I think about it. But yeah, so let's move on to the next cookie. Alrighty, so we have some of the remaining gingerbread men. This one's the first one that I made, so I'm gonna name him Big Man. The rest are just random, except for this one. He was the last one to be cooked. So I put a little heart on his side so that I know which one to eat last since he got cooked last. And his name is Little Man because he's the littlest. So yeah, now we're gonna move on to decorating the snowmans. Alrighty, so we finished all the snowmen, and we have a big man and a little man. This one is Big Man. It has the colorful buttons striped across the hat, and it doesn't have a little scarf going here. Then this one's Baby Man, which is the only one that has green. And then the rest are just ordinary, except for this one. My mom messed up on the buttons, so she said to add some red. And yeah, so we also decorated some more cookies over there, and we'll show them to you right now. Alright, so these are the other cookies. These aren't the ones we made today. These are just some of the ones that we got from a store called Trader Joe's, which you may know. So they're little ornaments this time, and they're not like the basic shapes. But yeah, those are all the cookies we made today. And yeah, anyways guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to smack that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe. The button looks like this. And since we do this all the time, like if you celebrate Hanukkah, subscribe if you celebrate Christmas. Do both if you celebrate anything else like Kwanzaa, if you celebrate both, or if you celebrate none. Bye guys, love you. Also, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. I'm so happy. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Bye. See you on the next episode of Vlogmas with Natasha.